in the beginning of the war was, how do we defend Ukraine? It's definitely devolved into a proxy war. And if I was a NATO leader, I would want to keep it as long as possible. Because as long as Russia is bogged down in Ukraine, wrecking its own economy, it's not doing anything else. In my mind, if you looked at Putin's track record from 2000 to 2022, he had a pretty stellar set of successes and victories. And he was driving the United States completely bonkers with them. I think what he did in 2022 by invading Ukraine is he wrecked a bunch of those victories because he allowed himself to be put into a position where he doesn't know how to back down. Because, right, he's annexed all this territory, including territory he doesn't physically control right now. And which means that if he was to back down and try to negotiate a deal, he would have to surrender annexed territory, because the Ukrainians are never going to accept what he's annexed. I mean, I could see Zelensky going, okay, you can have Crimea, but we need all of the rest of it back. I don't know how Putin gets back to that state. So what it feels like is that Russia is locked into this war until Putin dies. And when Putin dies, probably the very next leader is going to immediately enter into negotiations and they're going to try and work out a deal. For Ukraine, they're locked in because they can't afford to lose anything more than Crimea. And the reason they can't afford it is because what's to prevent Russia from attacking in 10 years and taking another piece? They need to make this a defeat for Russia so that they can discourage Russia from doing it again. One of the interesting things to me is the dynamic of having small states in a world where there's big bully states. Like, how did that small state survive? And obviously some of it is just random luck, some of it is talented leaders, some of it is an economic answer. But frequently what it is it's the answer of, yes, you can physically conquer us and you can control us, but we will be in an uprising that will last decades, and we will drain so much of your economy that it won't be worth it for you to annex us, right? That's why Finland is not part of Russia right now, is they just made it so that it would be such a nightmare for Russia to try to hold on to it. What Putin has effectively done then is he's put Russia in a position where NATO can pump money into Ukraine, keep the Ukrainians going, keep weapons going, hurt Russia in a way that they've been dreaming of doing since the year 2000, since Putin took over, without actually having to put their own people in harm's way.